FRT time, boys.
Nice.
Jesus. Slide
Yeah.
off of that.
I could tell it's shooting to the right.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's kicking the bad round out, so it should.
Docs Tactical. I'm a critical care paramedic.
Got on from there.
Go ahead, base.
Give a supply drop. Coordinates will be sent to your phone.
Understood. Receiving coordinates on phone.
Radio us when you have it.
Understood. On my way there. Falcon, top 2, Falcon, top 2.
Overside.
Yes, Falcon, be advised, we have located an enemy supply drop. It appears enemy troops are going to be moving to supply drop.
Understood. I'll check it out.
Got on me.
Understood.
Base stop. Groundhog. Groundhog to base. Hey, I'm Oliver. The owner of Docs Tactical. I'm a critical care paramedic.
He can keep you alive on an
I
ambulance.
can keep you alive on an ambulance. I do a lot of stuff. Thanks, bud. Yeah.
My name's Jacob. I'm an AEMT, the same ambulance company. I'm medic in the National Guard.
Oh yeah, I'm a hospital foreman. I was. Sorry, I forgot to mention that part. Sorry to cut you off there, buddy, but yeah.
No, you're good.
You're a Navy veteran.
Well, I'm Dakota. I am an ambulance driver.
Oh, boy.
He's not as cool.
We got a whole spectrum of medical expertise here. We have a critical care paramedic, we got an AMT, and then we have an EMTB. So we've covered the whole range. Same
Not even
ambulance
counting the
company.
fact
by
that
the
you're a
way.
community paramedic.
Yeah, I'm also a community paramedic, so which is really just some great, an exaggerated like at-home health nurse. Like it's
Real medic? Almost medic? Nah.
No, I'm just too stupid and went to school for it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyways, tourniquet video.
Yeah. So as you guys saw in the video, Jacob bled out. We told him to put the tourniquet on, and he put it on well-ish.
It's just, I didn't do a few things
We had
wrong.
a few issues here.
Yeah.
We
Just
need to
that way we
address.
could criticize on what I done wrong.
If you actually pay attention to the closer details, he would have bled out and died in real life too, if that would have been a real situation.
Jeez, I still had it loose. You get your fingers underneath the tourniquet. I had it over my phone. So with it being over my phone, you can't get it tight enough.
Yep.
It's not going to cinch
And
off
I think
the arterial bleed.
only actually cranked it once.
I only cranked it one time. So
Was it even a
Before
full
you got-
time or was this like a half turn?
it was only a half turn.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, it was still like somewhat tight.
Because your phone was in your pocket.
It was still somewhat tight, but it wasn't going to stop a bleed
No.
causing me to ultimately die.
No,
Also, I don't. Was it even far enough up? Really?
It was.
It was
Yeah, I had it all the way up.
It was. It
I
was
had it
just
all
this.
the way up.
The angle I was at was kind of odd, so I couldn't completely see it. But
we want to make some videos about preparedness and medical training and different types of content. We have some stuff planned for the future. Dakota's does storm chasing, so we're gonna have some weather content.
oh yeah,
I have some friends who are emergency managers. We have
a whole spectrum of things.
I'm a firearms dealer. I have friends who know more than me about guns who will be happy to come in and talk. But anyway, tourniquets are super important when it comes to traumas. I've used a tourniquet a couple times in working in the ambulance. There was a time there was a clinic that I guess took a blood pressure took a blood pressure on a fistula, which if you don't know, a fistula is what connects when you do dialysis, connects a vein to an artery, so it just kind of circulates it, and they connect the dialysis port there.
You do a blood pressure over them, it is a big no-no.
Yeah, you could rupture it, and I think that's what happened.
You will die.
And so I put a tourniquet on there, and actually I got yelled at by the hospital because I didn't use the dialysis clamp. And I'm like, well, it wasn't working. Actually, I used it twice. That was the second time that happened. I did it twice. Once when I was an EMT, and then the second time I was a medic. And I had an EMT student. He had never seen blood like that. He said, I've seen cuts. I've never seen arterial blood. And I was like, well, yeah. So, Jacob, tell us about the type of blood you'll see.
You'll typically see like more of a bright red spurting blood. It can shoot a stream, 8 feet? It's like it shoots it hard. It's going to be a long stream. It's just going to shoot out really fast, really hard.
And in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to bleed out in seconds. If it is your femoral artery,
it literally takes no time at all to die.
Yeah.
From an arterial bleed.
Well, and
we've all seen it.
I mean,
you've seen movies.
Hey, I done a varicose vein that blew and it shot 6 feet, and it was just every time your heart beat, it was still shooting. So I had to do a tourniquet
all the time. They like the fake arterial bleeds. Those have a constant stream. It's not a constant stream.
No, it's every time your heart beats, it's gonna pulse
your heart. But
and another thing, you can bleed out inside your body in seconds too. So like sometimes sometimes we might have a closed femoral fracture or something. I use the legs a lot because that's the most common injury for not most common, but like the most. Whenever you see a lacerated or like a severed artery, you're gonna find it somewhere, usually in traumas, in the legs. It could be in the arm, depending on what type of injury it is. But in car accidents,
typically if it's gonna be an arm, it's gonna be an amputation.
Yeah,
but
your leg is so thick, your femur is so strong. I mean, it's as hard as concrete, harder than concrete. Your leg's not going to get cut off for the most part. Now, in car accidents, if you get a crush injury in the leg, you might see their blood pressure start dropping. They start going into anaphylactic shock. It is hemorrhagic shock. And then you're like, okay, well, I got to find this bleed. Their leg might start swelling. You don't know why. For the medics and EMTs and AMTs here, we know what we're looking for, but as the normal everyday citizen, you might not understand the implications of not using a tourniquet proper bleeding control. And so we'll demonstrate that today. We also have a YouTube short.
Going over it, what you posted a couple days ago now.
Yeah. I think it was yesterday.
No, I thought it was the day before.
I filmed it the day before.
You did? Yeah. Okay.
I posted it yesterday, but I filmed the day before. I just kind of scheduled it. Anyway, I'll put a thingy somewhere here on the screen for that if you want.
I got you right there.
Right, perfect. So, but we'll demonstrate it again today. So we'll do two types. There's a cell. You can put a tourniquet on yourself. It's uncomfortable.
Super easy.
But it's super easy. It only takes like 2 turns of the windlass, and we'll kind of describe. Here, hold these microphones we're not using.
Sure.
So we'll kind of show the anatomy of the tourniquet. Jacob, if you want to do that for us.
We will be demonstrating that in real life.
So, as you see, I got a tourniquet here in my hands.
Jacob holds
super easy to manage of the tourniquet. We've got the buckle. It's just a little black piece up here at the top of the strap. You have your windlass. This is what you use to tighten the tourniquet after you have it applied. You have your retaining bar.
I call it the garage.
It's just a little retaining bar. the windlass, whenever after it's twisted, it'll just go in there, snap in place. And then you have your retaining strap. It goes over the windlass whenever you're done tightening it. And then you have your strap itself, which is what you're going to use to actually stop bleeding.
Now talk about that red tab. What is this red tab for?
It.
You know?
No.
Okay, cool. So the red tab goes towards your heart. Right, so put your opponent on your arm. We're gonna show you to do a self application of the tourniquet.
Oh,
so,
doing the arm sucks.
It does suck, but
It's very hard.
it's very
If
hard.
it's an amputation, you're not doing it this way.
No, you can use your teeth. Your teeths. Your tooths.
What tooth?
Yeah, toothless. Okay, see.
Good lord.
So as you can see, I can still do it.
No.
It's harder to do on your arm than it is your leg, just because of where it's at. But then you're going to turn it a couple, 3 times maybe, until you can you'll start feeling the tingling in your arm. There'll be no pulse down here in your wrist. As you can feel, there's no pulse at all.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's
I
not.
feel a pulse. You psychopath.
It's faint.
I can see it.
Right
don't
there.
feel it.
Rock, paper, I have a higher license. Like,
That one.
Rock paper. I have a higher license. Wild. That's diabolical.
yeah, so anyway, he's trying to get down, and you'll see the spurt in blood.
You'll watch it stop.
It'll slow down, kind of like turn off like a faucet. Like you're outside and you have the hose hooked up, you gotta push down. You push down more, it lessens the flow. You're struggling, aren't you?
I'm not. I don't typically do things one-handed.
Man, all right. So another thing here.
It's done now.
Yeah, it's done now. So another thing, there's a time. It says time here for the medics, EMTs, and whatnot. We know we were supposed to put times here. What I do is I put time here, and then I write on their forehead the time as well. TQ or tourniquet. Sharpies.
You're not gonna feel that.
There's no pulse there.
It's done.
Now the thing about tourniquets, you can leave this on for 12 hours. Yeah, I mean another thing too. You'll see that you might not be able to see this on the camera, but yeah, go.
Here, I'll get as
Yeah.
close as possible. You'll watch. There's just no color.
whatsoever.
That's called
refill.
capillary refill. For those who don't know, capillary refill is just how quickly the capillaries can refill. It's very. You done?
Yeah.
He said, I can't feel my
So it's already numb.
It's uncomfortable, but it will save someone's life potentially. So, well, not potentially.
This is a life of a limb type thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Clearly.
suck putting on, and it's gonna hurt very bad. But
With that
you'd
being
rather be
said,
hurt than dead.
exactly. With that being said, you can leave tourniquets on for 12 hours and not have any minimal to no nerve damage, so long as you keep that limp.
Yeah.
Right. So, they first used tourniquets like 2,000 years ago, and it was just some straps.
It was back before the gladiator times.
Yeah, it was like in Egypt, I think.
It was
just
a
basically
long time ago.
they're just tying knots in these things, tightening it down as tight as they could to get.
So they're still around. Obviously, we know they work.
Yeah. If they would have been, they know they work now.
I mean, you look at the war in Afghanistan. I don't have the numbers here, and just added in post. I'll send you literature, but the death rate in like from the wars before to like the Gulf War or Afghanistan, the tourniquets and use of bleeding control and how we did our medicine dramatically decreased the amount of combat related deaths. I mean, we didn't lose. We lost.
We still lost a lot.
We lost a lot of people, and it was unfortunate, but
you started losing a lot less due to massive hemorrhage.
yeah, it was
Because you had tourniquets to prevent the arterial loss.
So yeah, and another thing, when you're putting a tourniquet on, if I'm putting it on someone, I'm gonna put direct pressure on their wound with my hand. Hopefully it's gloves, but if you're just driving down the road, you see a car accident,
You might not have gloves.
you might not have gloves.
You can use other body parts. Let's say it's in there
like
femoral.
yeah.
You can put your knee on it to shut off the artery. You're just gonna put it
And what I do is I put it up here, and it's called the inguinal ditch. It's basically where your leg meets your groin. It's a little divot. You put it there. There's your descending aorta, and it splits off into your femoral artery right here. So it splits off here. If you go to the leg, you can push down with your knee. It's really tight, and then put tourniquet on underneath their leg. And some people do. I don't necessarily. I don't like doing it this way, but some people do keep it like this, and when if they're laying on the ground, they can just slide it over their foot and go up. I don't like doing that. I don't know why.
I never have because it feels
It's-
faster to me to
it's-
actually stick the tab through the buckle
Yeah.
and then pull.
and it
Because
sounds
you can get it tighter. You can.
yeah. And another thing,
Also, those pre-wrap tourniquets you buy, they're actually packaged with this part already through the buckle.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why most people just loop it over because they don't realize that they
Yeah,
can just
they
take
take
it
it
apart
and they're like, oh,
this
okay.
is up.
and then another thing, if,
Yeah.
if their leg is gone, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get caught on bone. Bone is sharp. You're gonna cut the tourniquet. Like any splintering of bone could cut
I mean,
the
I don't know
tourniquet.
what you guys do, but when I pack mine, I take that out.
Yeah.
Typically,
I take this
I've
out
always
and
left
then I'll just
mine
wrap it.
like I'll
Yeah,
loop it
just
and
as
then
out
I
like
just
that.
put the tab
Right.
just barely through it and then
Then you stack it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I do.
that's how I've always done it.
Never leave them.
And
When you get a tourniquet, you should unwrap it anyways.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that way you have it open.
Always
You put it in the plastic.
familiarize yourself with your equipment for
Yeah.
sure. But
now, don't continually train with it. You can get some trainers off of like Amazon, or you can get it through me. Shameless plug. You can
sponsored by Dr. Sax.
Sponsored by Dr. Sax. You can get it through me. I'm a North American rescue dealer. So I have medical equipment you order through me. We can get you set up with an IFAC, with a med bag, what have you.
What is an IFAC for those who don't know?
Good question, Dakota. Thank you for that. An IFAC is an individual first aid kit. It is a first aid kit for
yourself.
individuals, yourself.
So typically, if you ever have like a plate carrier, like we did today, most of the time you'll put like your own personal IFAC on it. That way, if you get shot, they're going to use your stuff out of your IFAC instead of using their own equipment themselves.
Right.
Because that's meant to protect you.
Right. Your IFAC is only used on you. You don't use yours on somebody else.
Because then, if
Yeah.
you use it on
Yeah.
yours, then all of a sudden you're out of equipment that is
You
used
don't
to
have a
save your
chest
life.
seal and you need a chest seal. Now, it's
So
only use yours on you.
so when I was in the Navy and I told my Marines, this is my IFAC. Like I'm not getting medical supplies out of my IFAC. I have my med bag. That's also for me, not for you guys. You guys have your own IFAC. Whenever I get to you, I'm going to use your IFAC on you. This is medical supplies for if I have to have multiple treatments on you or another Marine, or sailor or soldier or airman, whoever I'm around. The IFAC is your first aid kit forever. Like that's yours. Now my med bag and Jacob's med bag, that's something that we will help you with. Help resupply your IFAC if you'll be taken out anyway, but help give you some more supplies, or if you didn't bring Band-Aids, we have Band-Aids. So we have that med bag there for that reason. But
So we can resupply your IFAC if it's been used.
and then we have other stuff like fluids, IVs, IOs,
Good stuff.
some fentanyl, ketamine,
Bunch of stuff.
a bunch of stuff. We may do a video eventually on like what a med bag should be.
Just that way, like a normal person can see what it looked like in the military,
Yeah.
or
We could do.
so you can build one very similar to it, so you have it.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was fixing you with that point. We could,
We could
go over how to build just one for like a civilian.
Yeah.
Like,
Because that ranges.
Because
if you're in military, you're probably gonna.
I
have something a
have
little bit
mine
different.
for the military, and then I still have one that I have personally, which is
Right.
way more broad.
Yeah.
Just because other than drugs, like you don't carry drugs in civilian.
no,
side
you
just
won't. You
because
won't. You're not going to
You're
carry.
not allowed to do that.
Now,
He's not gonna know how to use it. Then.
Yeah,
What's-
because
not-
if
not-
you're
not
not,
you.
if you don't have a license that you're working currently under, you're not supposed to give drugs at all.
Now there is. So I want to bring up. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to bring up like the law behind for helping. So the Good Samaritan law protects you from. You're doing something good, right? You're trying to help someone. If you're protected from any lawsuits from that individual. Now I'm not saying you can go there and do a. You saw.
Oh, you've seen somebody do a crack?
Yeah, you know. You see. I was about to say crack. You see someone cut someone's throat open and throw like a handful of straws down. Don't do that. Don't. I'm gonna yell at you on scene.
They might need it,
Yeah.
but you are not allowed to do it.
Just let us do it.
Just please don't do it.
And this is what you do. Let's walk through the scenario. If you see a car accident, right, and it's really bad, or you're unfortunately in an active shooter situation. Yeah, go ahead. Unfortunately, active shooter situation.
That happens
It-
rarely around here.
Rarely
Yeah.
around down here, but maybe you're in a major city and that you're nervous of that. You need to know like how to help someone, right? So your tourniquet use is not something that only medics, EMTs can do, or nurses or doctors. Tourniquets are for you. You guys anyone can put a tourniquet on. You just have to know what you're looking for. And like Jacob said, the bright spurting red blood. is the sign of that. You'll see potentially a pool of blood, and it's going to look terrifying. You have quite a bit of blood in your body, and it looks a lot worse on when it's like not in grass because it just pools. It can't suck through the ground, so like it looks like a lot more than it actually is. You might see a pool around them, and it may not be that much blood. Like we're going to get on scene like, oh, that's not great, but we're going to fix that, and we can help them. You want to look for altered mental status, some confusion, fear. Obviously, gonna be scared because they're hurt. You may even see somebody become like combative or aggressive towards you helping them, and you're all you're doing is trying to help them. But remember, your safety is priority, right? Whenever we go on scenes, if there is something not safe, we don't continue. We call for law enforcement to help us clear the scene.
I'm not getting shot on the
No. I love helping people, but my life's not. My life isn't something that I'm gonna
put it like this: if you're dead, how are you gonna help them?
Exactly. That's exactly right. So in TCCC,
right.
So in the military, we have TCCC. In the civilian world, we have TECC, which is Tactical Combat Casualty Care, and I really don't know what TECC stands for.
Bunch of stuff that the military likes to abbreviate.
Well, that's the civilian certification.
Probably not instead of combat, it's probably environmental.
It's probably environmental. Yeah, Tactical Environmental Casualty Care. So we'll look it up. We'll drop it.
We'll put it in here somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
What was I saying? Say something.
I don't even know where you're going with that. But anyways,
I have a point.
Use a tourniquet.
Yeah, you can use tourniquets. You can stop the bleeding. You're helping someone. You're not going to get sued by that person for helping. If you are, there's laws in place protecting you from that. Again, don't be cutting people's throats open trying to save their life. You're going to kill them.
For the love of God, don't risk your life to go help somebody else. I know that sounds really bad, but if they're in danger and the danger has not left the area where your person that needs help is, don't go.
Oh, I know where I was going with that. It was that. So like in TCCC, they tell us, the best medicine is let down range, right? So you're shooting back, protecting your patients. You're not going to go out and try to drag a patient under fire because you are yourself in danger. You don't want to be doing that. Same thing applies if you're in a car accident. You don't want to go run in the middle of the road. If the patient's in the middle of the road, if you can get them and you can be safe about it. Again, this is not medical advice or legal advice or anything. If you can be safe about it, hey.
If they want the tourniquet, where can they buy one?
You can buy them off Amazon. You can contact me, and I will it's like $30. I can send you a tourniquet. We can get you taken care of with that. If you want an IFAC, if you want med bag, we can get you worked out with one. But I mean.
And again, do you have to have a license to use a tourniquet?
No, you don't have to. It's what you need. I would just recommend everyone have one. I have like 3 or 4 of them in my car.
I think we all carry them. At least I carry 2 in my car.
Yeah, I carry a lot in my car. I work in EMS, so like I have medical supplies in my car, but
I think we all.
we most of us do.
Yeah.
But everyone should have some type of first aid kit, even if it's a Band-Aid kit from Walmart.
Basic kit.
I mean
something.
But tourniquets you can only really get from Amazon or North American Rescue or dealers like myself. But this is one of the most important tools you can have for bleeding control. If it's arterial bleed, you're not stopping that with just pressure. I'm sorry, your arteries, to educate a little bit more, arteries are pressurized, as we said earlier, but it's because your heart, it's directly connected to your heart. You gotta think of it like an engine.
Sure.
Right? Like fuel injectors. You every time your pistons go up and down, or whatever downstroke, there's gas being sent in there so it can combust, so it can be compressed. Your heart's doing the same thing. So when it pumps, it sends blood out, so more blood can come in, and it squeezes it, and it pumps it. That's what your arteries do. So that's why it's almost impossible without something like this to stop arterial bleeding. There's different bandages you can use, like H bandages. Those are just pressure bandages. There's a literal H on the side. If I put it on my arm, it's an H right here, where you can put a bandage on. And we'll put some links in the description for where to buy tourniquets, what we recommend, is there Anything you guys want to go over? Anything else we'll talk about?
I can't think of anything.
No. Jacob, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think if they have any questions, just
Yeah.
ask down in the comments.
Yeah, put them down in the comments below and
Like
We'll
and
answer.
subscribe.
like and subscribe, and we'll help you out. You don't have to like and subscribe to get your questions
Yeah,
answered,
you
but
don't have to like and subscribe. Just
but-
if you like what
Greatly
you see, like and
appreciated.
Yeah.
subscribe.
But
it really helps us out. We're new at this.
This first one.
we are going to try to get the best content we can for you guys.
Yeah, keep an
If
eye.
you guys want us to do anything,
Yeah.
feel free to comment.
Recommendations.
Yeah.
Will be taken very seriously.
Absolutely. But
Anything else, Doc?
no, brother, that's
All right.
it.
I couldn't find.
What?
Till next
It's on the
time.
floor.